Well, welcome back to KVUE News at 4. Too close to call. Researchers at the Barbara Jordan Public Policy Research and Survey Center at Texas Southern University asked Texas voters about the top races they'll see on the ballot in November, and the races are tight. Mark Jones is a political science professor at Rice University who helped out with this poll. He's joining us now to break it all down. Mark, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you.
You know, I always like to start with methodology. Tell us who you talked to and when.
This was during the last 10 days of April through early May. We talked to a little over 1,200 likely voters as people who, based on their past and future prospective voting behavior, are likely to turn out to vote in November of 2026.
Yeah. You know, what I think is interesting, you guys didn't necessarily ask about the runoffs. You're already looking to November because we know that what happens in this May election could have a big impact on how voters feel come November. Let's start with the U.S. Senate race. You all did head-to-head matchups. You put Cornyn and Tallarico against each other. Incumbent Senator John Cornyn and State Representative James Tallarico, who won the Democratic nomination. Talk to us about how voters feel on that one.
On that race, they're effectively tied. Cornyn leads Tallarico by a narrow 45% to 44% margin, which in statistical terms is a dead heat.
Wow. And, you know, one of the things that I thought was really interesting is you then asked those Cornyn voters if it were Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton facing Tallarico, if their candidate loses, who are they going to vote for? And what did they say?
Well, 90% of them said they would vote for Paxton, 2% said they'd vote for Tallarico, and the remainder were primarily undecided or intending to vote for the Libertarian candidate, Ted Brown.
Yeah. When we do the reverse of that, right, and so you put General Paxton against State Representative Tallarico. Again, this race comes out pretty much tied, right?
Yeah, there it's a literal tie, 45% for both Paxton and Tallarico. And then when we looked at sort of how Cornyn would vote, Paxton voters would vote, say, for in the Cornyn race, 91% of the Paxton voters say they would vote for Cornyn. None of them, or less than 1%, would say they would vote for Tallarico, and the remainder were either undecided or intending to vote for Libertarian Ted Brown.
And what does that really tell you about Paxton voters versus Paxton supporters versus Cornyn supporters?
There's not much different, but if you're trying to read between the lines and see what's there, a few more Cornyn voters are willing to cross over and vote for Tallarico in November, whereas Paxton voters, they may not vote for Cornyn, but they're not going to vote for Tallarico.
Yeah, so much more to get into, but we are running out of time because of that special report that we have. Mr. Jones, tell folks where they can find this survey if they want to check it out for themselves.
It's on the website of the Barbara Jordan Public Policy Research and Survey Center at Texas University.
All right, Professor Mark Jones with Rice University.
Texas Southern University, I'm sorry.
We got you. Thank you so much for your time today.